Welcome to Terminal Guru Weekend Sessions, and today I'll be sharing my learning from past week on Python library called Netmiko. Netmiko is a Python library which helps to interact with networking devices using SSH. You can read more about it on the internet. A big shout out to Kirk Byers, who I think has been developing it for quite a while now, and it's a very famous library among the network engineers. Uh, it's available on PyPy, so you can download it from there, and you have it on GitHub as well. So let's get to the problem statement and see what are we solving and how are we using it. So our problem statement is that we need to find active alarms on all AudioCodes gateway programmatically. The version is 6.x plus and the number of gateways are more than 200. So you would not want to waste your time doing it manually. And generally, whenever you want to start automation or you want to develop a script which helps you reduce your workload, what you need to do first is you need to make sure that you know how to do it manually first. So if I were to go into the terminal and start doing this, I would just SSH into the gateway and I will just type enable. It would take me to the config mode and I would just say show active alarms, show system active alarms. So I know the command for it. Now, once I know this, and I'll exit out of the median 1000 AudioCodes gateway. Once I know how to do the steps, I can start diving into the library and see how can it help me to achieve this. So let's get started. What I'll do is first I'll show you that I haven't installed anything. So if I do pip list, there's nothing installed as such. So I'm using a virtual environment. So just to show you guys what it would look like. So obviously you should have Python installed. And now we'll install the Netmiko library. Once it's installed, you can cross-check by doing pip again. And you will see it installed a couple of other libraries, and one of the main libraries is the Paramiko, which actually Netmiko uses, I believe, in the background. So now let's open the Python 3 terminal and let's see how can we use this library. So first things first, you want to use this library, you need to import the library. So now once that's done, what I will do is I will import OS because I have a lot of things saved in the environment. So I'll be fetching things from there. Now, the way to instantiate this class is that you want to form a session, and the way you would form a session would be just using instantiating the class Netmiko and passing in some couple of stuff. So obviously you wanna pass the hostname or the IP. So your IP would look like, and I'm pulling it from environment. So my is gateway, and you want to pass in the username. I would be passing it from the environment. So, and you want to pass in the password. Now, one more thing which you need to tell the library is what kind of device you're trying to interact with. So there are a couple of, there's a big list. So purposefully, I would just type in a random text to show you what this library supports. So random text. Okay. So what happened is that it says that device type is unsupported, and the good thing is that it tells us the supported platforms. And what you will see here is that AudioCodes Gateway is not here. So it took me some time to figure out how to get it working because they've not tested it on AudioCodes Gateway. Obviously, they cannot test it on every single networking device out there. So now moving on. So what do I choose? I've already researched quite a bit, and I was I think I am using keymile, if I'm not wrong. Just let me just cross check. Yeah, keymile SSH. So let me use that device type and let me say, okay. So now what it's trying to do in the background is form a session. And if you do not get any error, that means your session is active. And the way you can check it is session. So once you have this true, that means you have session going. And one other way to verify this is that you can do session find prompt. What it'll do is it'll try to find the prompt. So it'll tell you what prompt is on the gateway. So that looks good. That means the username password was successful. It was able to log in, and it seems to be able to find the prompt. Now the config which I was typing, or the command which I'm typing, needs to be executed in the config mode. So I need a way to enter into the config mode. So again, I would pass the command. And okay, before diving into, there are two ways of sending command to the gateway. One is based on time, and the another is based on the expected output when that command is executed. So you'll get to know what I'm talking about. So session, I want to say send command, and I want to do it on the basis of timing. So it waits for around 1 second or so, I believe. And what you do is you just let it know what command you want to. So I know that if I need to go into config mode, I would need to type enable. So I just do that. And it'll come back to me after 1 second and say, okay, I executed this and I found password. Okay, so that's good. And what we need to do is now type in the password, which is the default. So now this is all on timing based. Now, if you do find prompt, again, you'll see the prompt has changed, right? So it was median, and now it's this. Now, the other command which you can use is without the command, without the timing. And what you can say is that this is the command you want to send. So the command which I want to send is, I think it's here somewhere. So I want to send this command, show active alarms. So what I'll do is I'll do show active alarms, and I will tell the command what is the expected output. So yeah, there you go. You have the data which you need, and this is very interesting. So now this is the data which you would have extracted manually, but now you can put loops and take it forward. One other thing which I was struggling was to get data which is more than which comes in parts. So specifically, if you want to take a backup of the config file, which is more, and let's see if we get the output. So there you go. So now we get the output and we see that it was searching for the expected string more, and it got that. Now, the thing with this is that this is not the complete configuration, and you would want to you would want to emulate a spacebar. So the way and the most time of research went into that. How do I do that? So I read a couple of articles, and it looks like the way to do it is you would say send command, and you'll say I want to specify, but you also want to say that I want to normalize this to false. Don't normalize this, and you'll say expect string again to be more, because there is more configuration to come in. So let's check. So now if you see, now it has come to allow HTTPS, which is, I mean, this is in continuation from this, just like the way you would press more. So this is something which really took me time, that how would you emulate a space bar kind of thing. So this is one of the key takeaways you want to do. So you want to remember there are two types of command, which one is based on the timing and the other is based on the expected output. What do you expect after running that command should be in the expect string, and it should be exactly like that, exactly like what it is in the output. It should be, it's case sensitive, like we just saw, and it is just searching the entire string. So yeah, I hope this session was useful and you can go out there and automate your mundane and monotonous tasks. Take care.